Every once in a while, you come across a kid who is just remarkable. Demetrius Graves from Harrison High School really inspired me. Despite being ill and having tonsillitis and having his tonsils taken out, he still competed at the state track and field meet. And I think you'll find out from his coach and from himself just why this kid is such an inspiration. Demetrius Graves in lane 5 and fourth up from the bottom of your screen didn't have the best start in the field, but he closes quickly to finish second in the Cherry Creek Invitational.
So I want to talk about one of the kids you had, just an outstanding young man, Demetrius Graves, and had some bad luck. What did that really mean to you as far as standpoint of you're thinking about scoring points, and this kid gets sick all of a sudden?
Well, it's the hard part and the bad part is not the scoring points. It's just the what breaks your heart, and it's basically what it does is you have a kid who works so hard all year, is such a great kid academically and on the track, and that hard work, so he gets sick, and it just breaks your heart for him, but then again, he did something that not every kid's going to do. I mean, he competed as sick as he can be. Most kids may have dialed it in for the state meet, but not him. He did a great job and ended up medaling. And it just says a lot about him as a person, his character.
Yeah. And so, what do you think for next year? What do you think people have to be looking out for?
Boy, we're going to have a good. Our girls' relays are going to be pretty darn good. Placing second in the sprint medley with the sixth fastest time in the nation, fourth in a 4x1, fourth in a 4x2, and no seniors is going to be outstanding. And then for Demetrius, I think it's this. There was a blessing in disguise with our state meet because it's the motivation. It was a motivating factor for him where he's going to. He wants to be so much better next year. And I tell you what, I think, he might be the underdog in a lot of eyes, but I think he's the kid to beat in 1 and 2 next year. He's getting recruited by Cornell. He's a 3.7 GPA with a 24 ACT. So he's taking care of business where it matters the most in the classroom, where it's going to pay off for the next 50 years. Go Panthers.
Go Panthers is right. Ladies and gentlemen, here with Demetrius Graves, one of our number one sprinters in the state of Colorado. Demetrius, you had some kind of bad luck that happened this year to you. You're one of the fastest sprinters in Colorado. Tell us what happened about a week before the state meet.
Well, a week before the state meet, I had a serious problem with my throat, and it was swelling up. And we went to several doctors to see what the problem was. And the first doctor said it was probably just bronchitis, so it would pass over. So we waited, and then the next day I realized that it was worse than before. So we went, and they said that I had mono. And then we realized that mono couldn't be treated, but the pain was just very severe, and my throat was closing where I couldn't breathe. So we went to the emergency room, and that's when they realized I had tonsillitis and that my tonsils were growing out of control to the point where they were touching each other, and I couldn't breathe. And that's when we realized that I had to get them removed as soon as possible.
Right, and so you were like, the week before that, we're watching you flying on the track at 10, 7, 9, 10, 800 meters, and you're 184, 185 pound sprinter. And you went all the way down to 154. When was the time that you realized that you knew, the state meet's coming right down the road, and you're too weak to run it because you've lost almost 30 pounds, 25 pounds. What was going through your mind on your team at that point?
Well, at first I was devastated that I was going to let my team down and not score as many points. I had to prepare them mentally, like Eric and Darius, that they might have to run for me at the state meet.
Many kids wouldn't even run, trying to do it, knowing that they were that sick. But you rose to the challenge. You helped your teammates. You helped the girls' team out as well. So what's in store for Colorado sprinters next year?
Next year, I think I'm going to be more focused than I was this year, more focused than ever, because you never know when the moment's going to be come at hand, or it could be taken away from you by a surprise sprinter. So you got to give your best all the time in practice, run 100% at all times. Next year, I'm going to go out on a limb and try long jump in the 400, because I like to see how sprinters make themselves so fast, and I noticed that Zach McCoy, Cartagena, Jalen Mars, all of them do the 1, the 2, and the 4. So I want to see what I'm capable of in the 400, and so I could truly be that number one sprinter by dominating in 3 events.
So you will put hair on your chest, is what you're saying.
Exactly. It's not about how strong you are with your legs, your arms swing. It's not about the motions you go through. It's not about the technique. It's not about the talent. It's about the strongest muscle in your body, which is your heart. It's about how much heart and dedication you have, and you can conquer anything with that.
That's Demetrius and me. We here, boy.
Yeah.
HHS, Harrison High School, Colorado Springs track. You better know, recognize.